So I asked EMI
Yeah.
where they had studios. I knew they had a lot around the world. And this great big list arrives. So I'm getting the choice of China, Rio, Lagos.
That was the one?
Got to do it. African music. It could be great. And it was great, but they hadn't finished building the studio.
Uh-huh.
It was really basic. But the vibe was great. I was kind of pleased to be in Africa, but it was a crazy time.
Yeah.
I didn't just go to the studio and make a record.
Yeah.
There's so many crazy little things. Fela Kuti?
Yeah.
He was there, and when I arrived, first thing I see in the newspaper is Paul McCartney comes to steal black man's music. I go, oh, God,
Yeah.
see if I haven't got enough problems. So I get his number and I ring him. I said, Fella, hello, Paul McCartney here. I hear you've said in the newspaper that I'm coming to steal. I said, I'm not. Yeah, you're coming over stealing black man. I said, no, I'm not. I said, come over to the studio and I'll play you a couple of the things we're doing and you'll see. It's nothing like what you're doing, and we're not going to... It was basically all songs I'd written outside Africa anyway. So he came over with like 30 wives.
Yeah.
Whoa. And a studio full of ganja.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, he was one wild cat. He used to have a bottle of whiskey in which was marinated a pound of pot. And a whiskey.
Yeah.
Hey. But he was, we turned out to be real good friends, and he got it. He said, "No, you're not doing that."
Was that when Ginger Baker was down there?
Yeah, Ginger was his big friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you the story. Here.
Okay.
Okay, now you brought Ginger up. We're going out. A fella invites us to his club, which is outside Lagos, and it's called the African Shrine. And so we go, yeah, okay. So there's just a few of us, little white people. I think about me, Linda, a couple of friends. And so we go out there. But I say, look, the thing is, let's not smoke any pot. Because it's pretty crazy. And we're out in the jungle. And it's pitch black. And when they talk about the African experience, this was it. So I'm going, okay, everyone, we agree, we're not going to smoke anything. So we're sitting there with fella, hey man, what's going? Great, I love it, great, can't wait to hear the music. And this guy comes up, he's crouching, he's one of fella's guys, and he's got a packet of Rothman cigarettes, and they're all joints. So he says, you want one of these? I go, no thanks, mate, it's cool, it's cool. And I carry on. Well, then the guy carries on round, and he gets to Ginger Baker. Yeah. And Ginger goes, yeah, man, yeah, sure. And he's lighting up. And fella goes, Ginger Baker, the only man I know never refuse a smoke. I go, aha. Yeah. Okay, I'll have one of those.
Yeah.
Man, I've tripped out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so strong. I mean, it was stronger than anything I'd ever had. I don't know if there's something in it. But
it's a good night.
You know what? In the end, it was a good night.
Yeah, drugs can go either way.
You know that?
I do know that.
You have experience, do you?
Sure. Sometimes the faces get evil, and then you got to wait it out. And didn't the tapes of the record get stolen?
Yeah, I'd put them all on a cassette, which is the way you used to demo. I had all the songs written. They were all nicely ready to go.
Yeah.
I would look at each one and then make the record.
Right.
And, oh, God. I mean, like I say, it wasn't just an ordinary trip to Lagos.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So much so that when we got back, I got a letter from EMI saying, under no circumstances go to Lagos. There's been an outbreak of cholera. Mm-hmm. It's like, and that's the kind of place we were in, But when we were there, they said, there's this area which is like a gated community where all the sort of white people live, and we've been invited to dinner there. And they said, whatever you do, don't walk back to your place. We had it like in another place. So, of course, what do? We walk back. Yeah. So it's just me and Linda. She's got cameras off her. I've got like tapes, and I've got cassettes. I've got the cameras and everything. And, oh God. So a car, we're walking along, and it is black. There's not a lot of street lighting. But we think we know the way. It's because of here, and then you go down there, I remember. So we're walking along, and a car pulls up with 5 guys in it. And he winds down the window. Now, I think he wants to give us a lift. So I say, you are just so cool. I say, you want to give us a lift? I know you do, but we're walking, man. It's great. Thank you very much. Now, just go, off you go. Thank you so much. That's so great. And they go for about 100 yards and stopping. You can imagine the conversation. He said, Anyway, boom. He winds down the window again. And he says, are you a traveler? Romany, I think they won't touch you. So I said, yeah, we're travelers. So they go on another 20 yards. And now they've had enough now. So the 5 of them all get out. And they're going to mug us. One of them's little one's got a knife. So we are, no, you're not giving us a lift. Because the other time I said, get back in that car. You're just too cool. Get in.
Yeah. I
push him in the car. Yeah. Anyway, now there's 5 of them around us. And, they were mugging us. And Linda, beautiful, she's screaming, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And they're going, money, 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 camera, camera. So we unload it all. We give them everything, And in that, the cassettes go.
For the album.
There's my demos, which to me is precious. To them, I bet they re-recorded over it. What is this? Rubbish.
Yeah.
Get some African stuff going. And they took everything. And Linda's still screaming. She said, don't touch him. Don't touch him. He's a musician.
That's
going to make some difference. You African guys, you love musicians. So, let him off. Anyway, they went, and I said, right, we walk fast. But luckily I remembered it all, so we still could do. And we got to the studio, and these were African guys running the studio. And one of the guys, he said, you're lucky. You're lucky they didn't kill you. He said they figured you wouldn't recognize them again. So you were lucky.
Well, that was a risky album to make, it sounds